In the month of April in 2021, 5 states and 1 union territory held their Vidhan Sabha elections. States of West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Assam and the Union Territory of Puducherry had a fierce battle between the BJP, Congress and the regional parties. These elections were so pressing that political parties flouted all COVID norms and carried out rallies across the state smack between the second wave of the coronavirus. People gathered in thousands and wore no mask and followed no social distancing. On 2nd May, the results of these elections were announced, and to everyone's surprise, the BJP was beaten by Mamata Banerjee's TMC, despite all heavyweights in the BJP cadre like Narendra Modi, Amit Shah, Yogi Adityanath and JP Nadda going all out to take on Didi's might. BJP only managed to take 77 seats out of the 292 seats. Several political analysts, news outlets and the BJP itself predicted that they would be able to bring down Mamata Banerjee in her own state, as they managed to bag 18 out of the 41 seats in the Lok Sabha elections in 2019. But this time they struggled to reach even the halfway mark. The TMC managed to stay in power as they won 213 seats. However, BJP's progress in the state has been exponential. The seats increased to 77 from a mere 3 in the previous elections. This was done as they crept into Congress and the left's votes base, leaving them with 0 seats in this election. This poor performance by the left was a little surprising for many, since the left has ruled Bengal for over 34 years. And this shows the steep decline in the state and the obsolete nature of the communism ideology. But all was not lost for the BJP. BJP also managed to defeat Mamata Banerjee in her own stronghold of Nandigram. The BJP put Mamata Banerjee's defective minister Suvendu Adhikari against her. Adhikari left the TMC earlier this year, just before these elections. Now let's discuss why the BJP lost these elections and could not meet their own expectations despite campaigning so aggressively since the past 2 months. The first reason for BJP's defeat is Mamata Banerjee's popularity in Bengal. Mamata Banerjee is an extremely popular leader in the state and is known for her effective delivery of welfare schemes. She is also known to be a fierce orator and an effective leader who speaks the average Bengali's mind. Her popularity could explain how she was able to retain 90% of the seats from the previous elections. The second reason of BJP's defeat is their overconfidence. In the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, BJP bagged 18 out of the 42 seats and reducing TMC's vote share into half. BJP expected a similar tide in these elections as well, thinking the Modi wave would bring the TMC down. Thus, the BJP's campaign was more focused on Narendra Modi's achievements rather than the issues plaguing Bengal. The third is the insider-outsider rhetoric used by Mamata Banerjee. Mamata Banerjee in her campaigns repeatedly said that Modi and Amit Shah are outsiders from Delhi and want to take over West Bengal, and these outsiders are unaware of Bengal's issues, like her, who's aware of all the problems as she was the chief minister of the state in the past 10 years. The fourth and the last reason why BJP lost was there was no CM candidate from their side. Despite having veteran Bengali politicians like Babul Supriyo, Suvendu Adhikari and Dilip Ghosh, the BJP was unable to present them as a strong face in these elections, as most of their efforts were carried out by Narendra Modi and Amit Shah. Despite all of this, the BJP managed to make parties like Congress and CPM go extinct from the state's politics, and they might prove to be a headache for the TMC in the future elections. However, this election was a tight slap in the face of BJP that mere Narendra Modi's name will not make them win state elections in the future, as people have started to vote for the regional parties during the state elections.
Shortly after the elections were won by TMC with a sweeping majority, the state of West Bengal went into complete chaos for the next few days. It is alleged that the TMC workers and goons have attacked the houses of BJP workers, causes looting, murder, rape and arsons. In fact, Suvendu Adhikari's convoy was also attacked while he went to the counting station to collect his victory certificate, and also his office was set into flames. PM Modi and the Home Ministry have asked CM Mamata Banerjee to submit a report of the violence on ground. According to several reports, around 9 BJP workers have been killed and 2 women were raped. As a result, the BJP President JP Nadda has called out for a nationwide dharna as a protest of these killings. Members from BJP High Command have now approached the West Bengal's governor and has asked him to urge the government to control the situation. BJP is not the only party which has been at the receiving end of this political violence. CPM has also claimed that many of their party workers have been assaulted and killed after the results have been declared in West Bengal.
Political violence in West Bengal is not a new thing. Elections here don't go without violence, as the state is heavily polarized on religious and political aspects. This type of political violence has been greatly curbed by most of the states across the country, but Bengal somehow sticks out like a sore thumb. This also shows the failure of the system both in the state and at the center, as both haven't been able to put a hold onto this violence since the past 60 to 70 years. To put an end to this problem, efforts should be made both by the state and the central governments. The state government should ensure better and more efficient policing and a crackdown on all such anti-social activities. The central government should deploy CRPF and CISF until the state government is sworn in after the elections. This is to prevent any sort of politically motivated violence like loot, arson of political parties' offices. This is a grim reality of the state, and action to clean up the system is urgently needed. So this is it for today. I hope you liked the video. Until then, keep asking the right questions and keep searching the right answers.